food and drink and ghosts, and perhaps even a few murders. You're all invited.
Horror Movie Podcast.
Episode. I'm just gonna do the intro, okay? Because listen, Ian had a bad connection the last time we did this House of Ghouls horror movie podcast. Welcome. I'm 1/3 of your host, Taylor Complains, and I have with me the handsome Colby Does Horror and Ian Van Gogh. How we doing, boys?
Fantastic.
I'm tired.
Ian, you want to lead us in, let us know why we have to redo this, please?
Yeah, because my internet connection was shit the last time, and it booted me, and it just ruined my whole mood, and I was not mentally here with you guys, so I didn't feel confident in it, and I felt like I could do better.
Honestly, at least we weren't interviewing Adam Green when your internet went out.
Yeah, right? Imagine that. At least that one didn't boot me completely. So.
the biggest interview of my life, and he just fucking bails out. The biggest,
was just
the biggest accomplishment I've ever undertaken, and he's just like, sounds like, oh my god, I can't fathom. And
yeah, it was all right. That one wasn't bad.
But I am literally, as soon as you said, because I think because you were like, yo, I was listening to the episode and it just felt disjointed and all this other stuff. And I was like, I don't remember it. I mean, it felt real good. It felt like clean. I meander all over the place when we do podcasts. So I was like, it sounds kind of like any other fucking podcast that we do. And then I was talking to Colby, and Colby's like, yeah, I think because of his internet connection, it kind of made him like, you know what I mean? And I was like, fucking say less. If somebody's not confident, like, and not having a good time, like, I'm always down to redo this. Like, I love you. Like, if you're not having fun, I don't even want to do it, because I don't know. I love you when you have fun.
I appreciate it, but no, for real, I appreciate you guys re-recording this one.
So. It was a no-brainer, but we had to have a beginning shame session for you.
No, it happens.
You get your licks in. That's you know what? Shame.
Yeah,
Colby, shame.
If I had my shame bell, I would shake it right now.
Shame.
The old shame bell.
Walk you through the streets while we throw fruit and human feces at you, because they're both the same. I don't know why they did that in Game of Thrones. It was fruit and poop. Like, how they're not even loosely connected unless I eat some fruit that's not ripe enough, and then my ass barfs. I don't know what it does. Unripe fruit just turns me into a sink. Sorry, it's too early for that. It's 10 a.m. Colby decides that we need to come on here at 10 a.m., get this podcast done, and he shows up at 10:25. But he looks better than I do, so clearly I'm not doing anything right. Folks, fellas, do you guys remember what we talked about last episode? Because I have a couple new things, I have a couple old things, and whoever wants to kick that off, you can.
Well, I was going to say, before we get into the episode, we do have merch. We've got a Discord, we've got Instagram and Facebook. All the links are in the show notes, so go check that out. Go join and follow us at those places. Come hang out with us. And Taylor, I'm finally going to squash it because I'm sick of hearing about it. No video. I heard it on your episode yet again. The video. Let me explain to you why we don't have video on Spotify. Because in Taylor Complains podcast, you don't edit. Yours is just straight through. And I respect that. And so yours is the same no matter if you're watching it or if you're listening to it. Ours is different because of the connection, and there's 3 of us. There's some editing that goes into it. So the video editing isn't as much as the audio. But if you're listening to the audio and just the audio, I don't want a bunch of pauses and dead air. So I take those out so that it flows a lot better. Whereas if I kept that in for the video, anyone just listening isn't going to have that effect. It's not going to sound as good. So I don't put the video on Spotify, and that's why.
What I have ascertained from your college thesis on why there's no video, your rebuttal, if you will, is I don't know how to video edit. So Colby, me and you are going to have to send Ian to editing school, and he's going to figure, I'm just kidding. I don't care if there's video. I don't give a shit. Who wants to look at me for an hour and a half?
Me.
Okay. Well, Who wants to look at me for an hour and a half that doesn't have mental illness?
Fuck.
That's what I
Yeah,
thought.
Yeah,
That's what
I don't know.
That's what I thought.
Can't answer that one.
Boys, Ian, what do you
Mhm.
guys watch this week?
I've got a couple of them. So I watched a movie called Pussy Cake.
Oh shit. Chuck
Right?
did that. Yeah, Chuck's that's been on my list for a really long time. That's about
Dude,
the
it's
band, right?
so yeah, it's essentially it's Josie and the Pussycats meets From Beyond with Evil Dead 2013 and Psycho Gorman sprinkled in there. It's a fucking blast. Definitely go check it out.
Where'd you find it at?
It's either Screambox or Shudder. One of those two.
Colby, did you see Pussy Cake?
No.
It's so good. It's such a fun
I know
fucking movie.
I know it's an Argentina film, so I know it's gonna go hard.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. Also, I just watched the movie of the year yesterday.
Strange Darling.
Strange Darling.
Dude, everybody's up on Strange Darling, and I don't mind like mild spoilers because I don't even
No.
honestly, I don't
No.
even know what it's about at this point.
That's
like
that's exactly what you want.
Strange Darling to me is like what the coffee table was. Like I didn't know what it was before I started to watch it. Strange Darling, the same thing. Like
Yep.
I just go through people's reviews. Like Colby was like, just you know what I mean? Don't even watch my review. So I paused it and just commented, shared, liked, and storied it like I normally do with everything that you do. And yeah, I did. That's the only review I think I haven't watched of yours in entirety. Just because I don't know. I've waited this long to see it. Like I don't want to spoil it.
No,
But
you just
I
have to
kind
go
of
in
want to know what
blind.
it's like about. I mean, there's a guy with a shotgun on the front cover, and then I don't know. It's like I've heard it's like a thriller, than more than a horror. I don't
Mhm.
know.
It's like a cat and mouse. That's what I'll say.
Yep. But yeah, you don't want to know anything going into it. So keep it like that. Don't know anything about it and just go see it.
And it's
'Cause I fucking
it's
loved
in
it.
theaters.
Yes.
Fuck it, maybe I'll go see it today. I'll take the lady.
Do it.
Get your fucking ass to the movies.
I can't wait to hear your review where you're like, fuck this movie.
I don't want to hate it. I that's why I've avoided spoilers. I try to like walk into everything like everybody else walks into stuff. I just don't know why my brain is stupid and works in really dumb ways. And you know what? This is a good pivoting point if you guys are done with this because I want to talk about Milk and Cereal. We've all seen Milk and Cereal, the hour-long Curry Barker short. Curry Barker, the man who did The Chair, the man who has the the moving pieces around him that did The Chair. I think it's from like That's Not a Good Idea Productions or something like that.
That's a bad idea.
That's a bad idea. There you go. I love The Chair, and I think it's one of the best shorts that I've ever seen in my life. But I thought Milk and Cereal was just okay. Not it was. I thought the pacing was absolutely. It was the best pacing I've ever seen for a found footage film because it cut out the first 30 minutes in a found footage film that's very much meanderish and like doesn't know where it's going. Most found footage films are incoherent until the 30 minutes are over. The last hour, usually you kick into all the other stuff. And I felt Milk and Cereal, it has everything that the film's about in the name of it, and I feel like that kind of gave away like a crucial reveal in the I don't even want to call it a short because it's an hour in the film. But I thought the acting was good. I liked the way it was shot. I love Curry Barker, and I have nothing bad to say about it. I just don't think it was like revolutionary like all the people on the internet thought. And I was wondering what you guys thought. And again, I'm not disparaging it by any means. I like it. I'm just I may be overly critical.
I still haven't watched it.
How have you not?
Shit.
Have you really not watched it?
Yeah, no, I was going to, and then it was just like, dude, like it was like every other video I saw was about Milk and Cereal. So I was like, I don't want to jump on that right now. I'm gonna hold off. So I do want to see it. I just haven't yet.
I really hope I didn't give that whole fucking thing
No,
away
you
right
didn't.
now.
You're good.
Okay, cool. I did a good job of like.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but I mean, the cereal in the name of the thing is S cereal instead of C cereal. So you know what I mean? I was just like, oh, I would have loved for that to have been like they could have not named it that and then maybe added that into wherever. I don't know. I don't. It feels dumb to nitpick the name of something, but when it gives away something crucial like that, I'm just like, oh well, that's a good. It's like the Abigail trailer, how it kind of gave away too much, and you're just like, hey, what the fuck, man? You could, and that was their reveal. I feel like, and I feel like the reveal, this kind of exhibits the same kind of behavior as Abigail did. but
I
not with the
mean,
trailer, just with like the fucking name of the film.
I am a sucker for a good pun though, so I do enjoy that name.
I honestly, you'll like it, dude. I really, really think you'll like it. Colby, lead us, sell this film to Ian because I can't. I thought 7 out of 10. I can't sell something 7 out of 10. What's this Frogman? For
No,
Frogman, I re-reviewed. It's an 8.
knowing Ian, I think he'll really like this movie. And especially knowing that it was just a fucking YouTube movie. Like I would have gone to the theaters to see this movie.
100%.
It's well produced, it's well edited, the acting's fucking good. And then
Dude,
yeah,
Terry
like Taylor,
Barker's insane.
yeah, like Taylor said, like the pacing is perfect. It's only an hour long.
Yeah.
It's perfect. I was
Oh yeah.
blown away, but I was the second person to review it because Brian messaged me before he even uploaded his review. He's like, "Hey, check this out."
Colby, you should really watch this film. It's a film about a milk and cereal, but I don't like cereal because they don't let us have cereal in Scotland. But like Brian, you fucking why are you eating oatmeal every time you say things, Brian?
He's
Why?
like,
It's got like, sorry, there's always a Lego block in my mouth when I talk about Lego. What? What? Hi, Brian. I love you.
"My favorite streaming service is Tubi."
I love Chubby. There's a C and an H at the beginning of it, but I know that says a T, but I say T, Chi,
I
Chi,
love Brian so much.
Chi. God damn it, Brian. You can edit this out if you want to. I honestly, I don't think Brian would care. I think he's probably gonna call us a piece of shit in one of his posts or something. That's
But we
he's
are.
got a
It's
good
fine.
he's got a good sense of, we are not. We are not editing that out.
No, I said I meant we are pieces of shit.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. But listen, we'll pivot from there. I want to talk about a film called Session 9. I haven't finished it yet, but have you boys seen this fucking film?
Yes,
This Session 9.
I'm a big fan.
Very long
is a-
time ago.
It is
You gotta
about
finish it.
a team of asbestos workers that are going through an insane asylum, and they are rushed. They're on an expedited track to get $10,000 more than they usually would get, and they need it because if they don't get it, the contractor's business will go under. So I'm an hour into this film, and nothing's fucking happened. And this just, I want to echo the pacing thing. You could have the best film that I've ever seen in my life, but will you fucking pace these shits better for the love of God? Because what am I watching? And why does it bother you guys when a film takes an hour to get going? And I like the characters. I like the back and forth between the construction workers, but like, come on, man. I can only be at work for so long before I feel like I'm at work. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
I mean, it all
Honestly,
depends
oh, go
on the
ahead.
movie. Oh, yeah, go ahead, Colby.
Yeah, I was just gonna say like I'm used to that because like all I watch are found footage or slow burns. So that's how like every movie is for me.
I love slow burn, dude. I love slow burn.
Especially when you get a good payoff. Oh, it fucks.
That is true. So I'm the last 30 minutes of this, and I'm just like, I know, because Chuck was the one that told me to watch this. He's like, this needs to go to the top of your list, and I have put out like multiple videos since that interaction. So I want to make sure that like I don't just like, you know what I mean. I want to make sure I get recommends. But yeah, Ian, what were you gonna say about the slow burn? An hour? That question.
Yeah, it all depends on the movie. Like with Session 9, that was one of the first ones I remember coming across, like back in the video store rental days. And I had never heard of it, and I checked it out and I loved it. And it has David fucking Caruso in it. So I mean, there's a win right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it is slow and it takes a while to kind of get into things. But again, yeah, I was into it. I was into the characters. Like it doesn't have to be super exciting as long as like everything else is good. And with that one, I thought it was. So by the end, I loved it. So you need to finish it and then kind of see how you feel about it.
I felt that way about the Golem. I watched this. So I'm gonna say this term, and I'm gonna use it loosely because I don't really know. It's folk horror, and I think you could find it on Hulu, and it's a Jewish folk horror. And again, I say it loosely because it felt pertinent to the culture in which it kind of surrounds and gives lore on. So it's just about these people being afraid of a golem and them making sacrifices all throughout the movie, and then it's a very, very slow burn film, and at the end, to me, the payoff was so good that I was like, I really like this film. So I am with you guys 100%. I've yet to watch Hagazusa, so I am the Bone Woman. So I'm excited to watch that this week. Hagazusa. What else am I watching? I'm watching Hagazusa. I'm rewatching Hereditary. Oh God.
Love it.
Look at my
If
shirt.
you dude, that fucks. Say something, Ian. Or Colby, say something so your shirt pops up on the
Can you see my shirt?
dude, that fucks. That's so good, dude.
Dude, I'm so jealous of your shirts lately. That
Oh,
one
yeah,
and
that's
the House
so
of the
good.
Devil.
Is that from the con?
Yeah, I got all of them at the con.
Dude,
That makes
that
sense.
one rips. I love that shirt because I'm watching it now. So I'm like, oh, that's the scissors that Charlie used to cut the head off the pigeon.
Mhm.
I don't just and I think that I'm kind of slowly understanding, not understanding. You're talking to a very stupid man here, Colby. Okay. I think that upon like my fourth rewatch of Hereditary, I'm starting to get little subtleties that I don't get with my first two watches. And this film is just becoming more and more brilliant and just stand alone in its own category of like one of the best films ever made. And have you guys ever felt like that with a film? Like the more you watch it, you're like, I didn't understand that, and holy what the fuck,
Mhm.
now I get like
Yeah, I feel that way with Hereditary. Like the first time I watched it, I liked a lot of it. Like I still not a huge fan of the ending. I wish it was a little different, but
with the
yeah,
Paimon.
yeah. But
Yeah,
every
yeah,
time I
yeah.
watch that movie, I love it even more. Like the atmosphere in that movie is fucking perfect.
Speaking
Colby.
speaking of rewatching a movie or whatever. So the first time I watched the movie The Retaliators, I fucking hated the movie. I hated
Oh,
it
I never seen it. I saw your script
because
for it, but I haven't seen it.
I do not like Five Finger Death Punch. I fucking hate them with a
Oh
passion.
no.
It is fucking trailer metal. I
No.
fucking hate them.
It's trailer.
But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give this movie a rewatch. I'm going to watch it as a review or as a reviewer. I'm not going to be biased because of someone I don't like in it. I'm gonna watch it as a reviewer now. And I watched it last night, and it fucking slapped.
It does. So I don't know five finger death punch. I don't know them. It's good to know that I speak and enunciate the same way that I misspell on text messaging constantly. So, um, Five Finger Death Punch is like not on my radar. I've accidentally heard a couple of their songs, but
He
again, it's
said accidentally.
like Motionless and White, Black Veil Brides, Five Finger Death Punch, like all these like these bands that are trying to make metal music they're trying to make like radio metal from like the early 2000s. I'm just like, I don't want that because I liked that in the early 2000s and I don't like it now because it's 25 years removed from that. They're trying to be retro, which is weird to say in our lifetime that we will see something as retro. But I don't know. I don't think that they would interfere with my liking of a film just because I don't really like, I wouldn't be able to tell you what they look like unless the whole film has their music in the background. I'm not really gonna know. Are they really like that prominent in the film?
No, they're a big part, but a bigger
The
part.
actual band, or did they just act in the film?
They act in the film.
Oh, that's so their music isn't anywhere near
They are better actors than musicians, as Ian says.
it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But also, so I reviewed Stream a couple weeks ago,
Oh
and
fuck, dude.
I said Stream with all the horror cameos in that movie, it was like a Marvel movie but for horror. So with this movie, it's like Marvel but metal. There's so many cameos of like metal artists in that movie. Like Jacoby from Papa Roach plays one of the fucking craziest, coolest serial killers I've seen in a long time.
Dude. I don't know. I don't know if I'd be able to see that dude on camera without like doing the Last Resort intro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you have
I've
to. Yeah.
You have to.
I couldn't do it. I like we'd be watching the film. Like if it played in theaters, I'd be like, "Come on!" Like I wouldn't be able to do it.
Dude, he
I wouldn't
takes
be able
Cut Your Life into Pieces to a whole new level in this movie.
like MaXXXine when that guy gets his nuts stepped on.
Ugh. Oh, it just hurt my nuts right now thinking about it.
So you saw MaXXXine.
Yeah,
You
yes,
just saw
2 days ago.
MaXXXine.
Mm-hmm.
What do you and you know what? You liked it. You had fun. I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad you had fun. I really like the 80s aesthetic and the practical effects, even though there weren't really like many situations for there's like 3 practical effect scenes. But what do you think?
So I think it was underhyped for me because everybody fucking hated the movie except for
Yeah.
Ian.
That's right.
So
Ian
so
likes
I
bad
was
things.
like, I'm not gonna like it, but I want to watch something new.
Yeah,
It's something I could still review because it's a bigger movie if I don't like it.
that's
But
pertinent, relevant.
I fucking ended up loving it.
Fuck yeah, dude. I love that. I love that you loved it. I love that, like, I love that we could fucking shit on a film and I can say bad things about a film and then we can come on here and like still talk about it and like nobody gets butthurt. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't mean that from like a disrespectful standpoint. I just like that we can all like have a dialogue instead of a
Mhm.
diatribe. And it's not just me on a pedestal saying, well, this movie sucks because of this. It's like, no, man, fuck yeah. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I enjoyed the fuck out of your review though. What did you use for the paint on your face, dude? Because that looked exactly like that broad's paint.
Oh, it's just Coda's makeup.
Did she do it for you?
Yeah, she did it for me.
That's dope, dude.
We put like
That's
a
so dope.
line, we put like a thing of tape across my forehead so we had a straight line.
That's such a brilliant idea. Dude, I liked it. I actually, I took inspiration. I was like, oh fuck, I got to do a MaXXXine video because I'm still watching Session 9, and I've
Mhm.
got like 4 scripts written, but like I'm waiting for like I'm on vacation and or I'm doing something like that. Like I don't feel stressed now about content creation because I'm only pumping out like 1 or 2 videos a day. I'm not watching like I don't feel compelled to watch like 3 movies a day or 4 movies a day. You know what I mean? I mean, I feel like your job, you have the downtime.
Yeah.
But even with the downtime, dude, like you probably want to do other shit, right?
I just sit on my
Or-
phone at work,
That makes sense.
talk to my
Ian,
friends in a group chat.
Ian,
Hmm.
how are you doing with content creation this week? Do you feel the
This week's been
stress of
good.
it? Is it
Mm,
running like clockwork?
No, this week's been good. It was a little slow there the past few weeks, but yeah, this week's been good. Been getting some decent numbers. We finally hit the 66 goal. So
Dude.
I'll be making a video about that here soon.
Let's fucking go.
When I first started following Ian, that was one of like because I haven't seen him in in a second. Probably like family stuff, back to school, vacation, work. So much stuff goes into it. You know what I mean? Like the summer's over, new schedule, new everything. Like I get it, but that was one of your goals is the 6,666. And I just wanted to say congratulations because that's something that like that was a point that I met you on. And
Mhm.
to see you get there in like a matter of months, dude, because I think you were at like 2,000, 1,000 something. And or 3,000? I don't know where you were at when that goal was actually made.
Yeah, it was 3,000 some because the
But
goal was supposed to be 4,666 and I fucked it up and did 6,000.
yeah,
So
but
yeah,
you that's like 3,000 followers in a couple months.
yeah,
That's got it. That's
that's
got to feel big.
essentially a year and a half of what I had that I just doubled in the past few months. So no, thank you. I appreciate it. And honestly, I couldn't have done it without you guys and a few other
So,
in our community that are fucking awesome. So I appreciate it.
I mean, I have done nothing, but I will take the credit because I need the validation to feel good about myself. Thank you, Ian.
But I think as far as MaXXXine though, I think the moral of the story, not with the movie, but with Colby hearing a bunch of negatives and thinking he's going to hate it, I think it's a good thought process to have that we might respect and agree with a lot of our peers on movies, but you don't know how you're going to feel about a movie until you actually experience it.
Mhm.
So if you hear a bunch of hate about something, you can process it and kind of expect that going in, but don't don't hate something until you actually see it.
No, yeah, and I feel like don't walk into anything with any mindset. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Every time I go into a movie, no matter what the film is, I'm always like, yeah, like I'm excited to experience this. I'm gonna have fun. You know what I mean? And if I don't have fun, I could talk about that. And if I do have fun, I could talk about that. But I try not to let anything taint the water before I get into it because it's like going to work with a bad attitude. You're like,
I
you're
love
already,
taint.
bro. I'm like, bro, you're already at work. You're gonna have a bad, you fucking, what? I feel like hype will ruin or fuck up a film. And it happened to
Mhm.
me with Late Night with the Devil. Late Night with the Devil's a good film. I have nothing
Love it.
bad to say about it, but it's a 7 out of 10 for me. And it could have been a 9. It could have been a 9 if I didn't hear scariest film of all time. Long Legs did the same thing. Scariest film of all time. Everyone, oh my God, I can't wait for it. I watch it. I'm like, what is this clown. What is this clown circus act that I'm watching right now? It looks like Nicolas Cage's first time acting on screen. It looks like his very first time acting.
I disagree.
It looked like Heath Ledger's Joker.
I got a name drop for a second. There's a man, his name is KB, and he's in a band called Wake, and they are signed to Metal Blade Records. He reached out to me and he wanted me to tell you that your fucking Heath Ledger take is insane. He is insane. And Metal Blade Records is the same records that like As I Lay Dying are signed to, and Whitechapel, lots of humongous bands. So
Who are they?
that's Wake. How dare you?
No,
You need
who's As I Lay Dying in Whitechapel?
Listen, Whitechapel is a band that used to be good before they started clean singing. Don't
Hey,
fuck
I still
clean
love
sing.
I still love Whitechapel.
Don't clean sing. Whitechapel is farm metal. Whitechapel's like
Farm metal.
I worked a long day milking cows and carrying hay, listening to Whitechapel. Like Whitechapel's like is the cornflakes.
I've met Phil Bozeman before. That dude is so short.
Yeah, he's pretty
What's
short.
wrong with
He's
that?
skinny too. Ian's the shortest tall
We
man
don't-
that I've
we
ever
don't
seen.
short
We need to
shame you at all.
re-record. We need to re-record the podcast. Okay, Dad. Whatever. Do whatever you want, man. Whatever you do. I don't want any trouble. Whatever you want.
Thank you.
But no, early Whitechapel fucks though. Early everything until dehumanization or whatever the fuck is good. But yeah, the lead singer of Wake wanted me to reach out to you guys and tell you that Longlegs sucks and that Colby is absolutely insane for saying that Nicolas Cage is on par with Heath Ledger's Joker.
Mhm.
Colby, didn't you just buy Longlegs?
No, we watched. I ended up falling asleep before we did that because Coda was reading her book. So that's why I woke up and watched MaXXXine instead of buying Longlegs.
But you made a purchase. Your little girl made a purchase for $25 on Amazon. What was that?
Rental.
Oh, dude. So we were like playing in the bed. Like it was me, Coda, like on our knees on like the opposite sides of the bed. And then the kids and the dog were all on the bed and we were just fucking around. And then I look over and Salem had my PS5 controller. And before I snatched it up, I heard the like when you buy something on PS5. And I look over
Yeah.
and she fucking bought Quiet Place Day One.
For how much?
It was just a rental, so it was $20.
God, dude.
Just a rental.
Bro, why is a rental more than a movie ticket?
I mean, if you
Right?
think about it, that's about how much you're gonna spend at the theater anyway, buying popcorn, drinks, all
And I
that.
you can rewatch it as many times as you want, like 48 hours too.
Yeah, in
so.
48 hours. Like we rented Twisters for $20 last week. I think we watched it like 3 times.
What?
Dude,
You want-
Twisters is good. It's my top 3 favorite movie of the year.
I'm not hating on you liking Twisters, but you watched it 3 times?
Yeah. I've seen it 4 times altogether now. Once in the theater. Coda and I watched it the night we rented it. And then we watched it with Zephyr the next morning. And then Zephyr wanted to watch it again. So we had it on for background noise.
Is
fair.
it just playing in the background like while you do stuff, or do you guys sit down for 3 separate times and spend 4.5 hours with this film?
For me, I watched it 3 separate times.
Alright.
And then the last time it was just background noise.
We got to work on your time management. We really do. I got to talk to you. We're gonna work together, and you're gonna get more done in a day. We're not watching Twister 3 fucking times.
You know, honestly, as long as I'm spending time with my family, that's all I care about.
Yeah. That's you know what? That's nobody could put it better. Nobody and
Absolutely.
nobody can give you shit. You want to watch Twister 3 times? I've never seen it once. It looks good. I love the first one, Bill Pullman. So was it Bill Pullman? Paxton?
Bill Paxton.
Paxton.
There you go. But yeah, he's not in this one, right?
No, he's no longer alive.
I get Pullman and Paxman mixed up.
Yeah,
Pullman's
Pullman's still
the
kicking.
guy from Independence Day.
Independence
He's
Day.
the president. Paxton's the game over, man. Game over, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And then his game's over because he's fucking dead. Ian,
Huh.
you saw Romulus this week.
I did. Real quick before Romulus, back to our other comment. I want to say I disagree with him about Longlegs because I love Longlegs, but I appreciate the feedback and I appreciate you listening to us.
Yeah, don't say anything bad about Wake. Wake's a really good band. You can find them on Spotify. I like them. It's like a death metal,
Pretty
technical
heavy.
death metal band. They're really heavy.
I enjoy,
I
the
like 'em.
first time you told me to listen, I went and listened. I was like, damn, these dudes fucking slap.
Yeah, dude, he comments like every week and he's like, dude, I listened this week. I listened this week. And he's like talking about stuff that I forgot that we talked about. And I'm like, oh, that's fucking holy shit. And then like, I don't know, like shout out to all of our listeners, Hippie Ghoul, KB, like everybody who's like reached out to me and been like, yo, I love this. This is great. And like tried to send it to other people. Like, we love you guys.
Mhm.
We really do. We try to make a podcast that's literally for everybody. We put our heart and soul into this. There's writing that goes into it. There's research that goes into it, heavy editing. There's lots of networking. So much stuff goes into this. There's so
Sleep
much hard work.
sacrificing.
Sleep
Oh
sacrifice.
yeah.
Colby had to,
Fuck
Colby had to
sleep.
wake up at 10:30 today. Poor Colby, 10:30. It's noon where you're at, dude. It's fucking noon.
Yeah, but I work 6 to 6.
Oh, that blows dick. But you get to go to bed after this.
No, I got like 4 videos to fucking make.
Always
4
on that
video.
grind.
Yeah, dude. You know what? I mean, that's why you're where you're at and I'm where I'm at. You know what I mean? Like, you put in all that fucking work. I'm 1 video a day for me. And then, but you know what? 1 video a day keeps me doing this forever. You know what I mean? 2, 3, you get to 3 videos a day and I'm like, I hate this. I feel exhausted. You know what I mean? Which might be a good idea to bring up this as far, and we will get to Romulus and long pigs because I want to talk about long pigs and Romulus. Ian, you had something that was in your heart on the last episode that did not get posted.
I've kind of gotten over it. I do still
That's
want to
I feel the
touch
same.
on, yeah, I still do want to touch on content creation though. Because I mean we do talk about it maybe once an episode or so, but like we're from each week on, we're all growing. Regardless of whether it's a little bit, whether it's a lot of bit, we're growing and we're experiencing new things. So I wanted to kind of get all of our takes on maybe what's your favorite aspect of what we're doing right now as far as content creation, and
Huh.
what's maybe the worst thing about it right now.
Worst is comments.
There you go.
Worst is for all 3 of us. Worst is comment. It's got to be comments.
Honestly, the worst for me is putting your whole heart and soul into a video and it fucking getting 200 views. That is
Oh.
demoralizing for me. The hateful comments, I love the hateful comments. I have different ones every fucking day and I love it. Like, I
Yeah,
look
com-
forward to it.
Me and you battle these people, dude. Like with me and the Tim Burton shit, and then with you in the fucking Serbian film. Like we just battle. We just go to
Oh.
war with these people. But I won't go to war with you in the comments. I'll make a joke, or I'll make a joke when I'm watching Mother of Monsters. I'll take that for example, and I'll be like, oh yeah, like oh he looks like the Crow. He looks like somebody who watches The Crow and watches Tim Burton movies too much. Ha 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 ha. Because like it's about like a school shooter guy that like his mom. Oh, I think my son might be a psychopath school shooter. And then 90 comments. What's wrong with Tim Burton? Tim Burton's great. Tim Burton's an American hero and carried the back on. I'm like, what the fuck? What are you all related to Tim Burton? What, did he pee and all? Did he baptize you all with his urine? What's going on here? And then I had to do a Tim Burton post, and I was just like, you guys can all fucking be feral and never have kids, be sterile and never have kids.
Feral would never have kids.
Sterile, feral and sterile, baby.
Yeah, the comment, I don't care about the I don't really get many of the shit comments so far. So
Fuck, dude.
I don't really have to deal with that. I would agree with Colby though, like putting like the thing for me is trying to come up with new ways, things that are different, because uh in our in our realm of TikTok, what we do, there's so many other people that do the exact same thing in a very generalized form. So to stay kind of relevant and fresh and keep the followers coming, we have to come up with ways that are different from other people. So the biggest struggle is finding new ways that that people haven't done something, and then finding movies that people aren't talking about. And then yeah, there's nothing more disappointing than finding that and being stoked about a video and posting it and it goes nowhere. Like it sucks so bad.
Ian. I got to tell you this, brother. Just by talking into the mic, you're making a new video that no one else is making. Because have you seen the jabronis on the? Hey, guy, I'm reviewing. This is a review for long leg. This is the. That's what these fucking reviews sound like. That's what like Jesus Christ, talking to your microphone, get a microphone. Dude, don't you realize that people are digesting you from an auditorial platform? Like just because what the fuck, and stop the green screens like going out, going in and going out, and they're in the other room yelling into a microphone that's in their bathroom through a hallway. It sounds like you're Longlegs victim and then you're kidnapped and you're doing a video from inside of a hallway that's made out of aluminum. Get the fuck. I'm getting upset.
So what's your favorite part about it then, Taylor? Give me some
My favorite
positives.
My favorite part of content creation is Colby and Ian, because I would not know you without this platform. And I just moved back to California, and to my dismay, all of my friends have moved away because it's very expensive to live here. So, I mean, like getting a chance to hang out with you guys and build these relationships on like something that we all are passionate about and love and like digest every single day. And like none of it's a chore ever. It's all just like, it's just like an organic melding of minds, so to speak. And this just like fills my being with purpose. And I work a job that I'm not really very fond of, and that I will probably be leaving soon. And just knowing that we're gonna podcast during the week and that I get to see your guys' videos and like take inspiration from what you're doing, and then all the while try to be different with what I'm doing. Just I love the relationships that I've got with you guys pretty much is my favorite thing. Because now we do this, and this is like the best thing I've ever done.
No, for sure. Yeah, I agree. As far as the TikTok and Instagram making videos, I think my favorite is I have two of them. So one is the comments that I get from people who are just discovering whatever movie I'm talking about. They've never heard of it. And then checking it out and being like, thank you for that recommendation. Like I loved it. Like the positive feedback is always fucking amazing, and I love that. And then the other one is whenever it's a director or an actor or someone associated with that film that reaches out and just shows appreciation. Like that means everything to me. So anytime I get a message like that, I'm fucking super stoked about it.
Opie.
I would say that's my favorite as well. The interacting with people, like the comments. I had a really fun cyberbullying this one guy last week.
Dude, you're such a bully, and I love it.
Some guy made fun of one of our friends, DMB Reviews, and he fat shamed him. And I made a clapback video, and I was going through a really rough patch of views. Like I was stuck in 300 view jail. And I made this video making fun of this dude, which he deserved, definitely deserved. And I like put the phone down. I looked at Coda. I was like, watch this one be my most fucking viewed video in a while. I was like, whatever. And it went viral.
My girlfriend saw that review, and she's like, Colby's becoming a real big bully now. And she's like, I don't know. I'm like, he posted one video like defending one of our friends. What do you mean you don't know?
Our 24-year-old friend getting bullied by a fucking 40-year-old man.
I looked at her and I did this. I was like, oh, I just put my hand on my chest. I was like, you fucking shut the fuck up. And she was like, okay, okay, I love Colby. He's great. I love Colby. I'm like, that's right. That's how I feel when Ian yells at us. And I want you to feel the same fear. My fucking Colby's fucking, I'm going to put it right here. It's still in the holster. I'm just kidding.
Dude, I love Eastbound and Down, but I had to put Great Value Kenny Powers in his fucking place.
You did, dude. I love Eastbound Down and too, and I love that. I don't like that TikTok has a very like, because Instagram fucking, I'm almost like entering this god tier level of like getting 1,000 followers a day, which is fucking stupid, and I don't know how this has happened. Like I don't know what's like, I think we're almost to 8,000. And when I started this, I was like at 12. So that's like 7,000 followers in like 6 months, and I've gotten all of them within like 3. And I look at like you know how if you're a creator on Instagram, it shows you how much interaction you have with people, and it's up to almost 1 million.
Oh, like
And
accounts you've reached?
Yeah, and mine's almost up to 1 million. And I'm like, what the fuck? I have no idea what's going on, but like a lot of my videos are getting like a lot. The comments are horrendous though.
Dude, the
Like, because
Instagram comments are so bad.
We post stuff about disturbing films. So people think that we do all the things in the film. Like, I bet you kill ladies in your basement. I'm like, well, I bet you can't pronounce half of the words that you write. Like, I don't, it's insane to me, the comments, because they're just so off the wall. Like Martyrs. They're like, I bet you watch, this guy looks like he has torture porn. He watches torture porn. I'm like, what the fuck? You think I hang out in red rooms? They need a VPN. There's so much work that goes into that. I'm just gonna go in my bathroom and beat off to like YouPorn or something. I'm not gonna go get a VPN. Ian, I'm so happy that you haven't experienced this. It's not good, dude. Yeah, I'm so glad that you still get good comments. I'm waiting for a good comment. Can you guys leave good comments on my page?
Yeah, I just did. I just did today for you because I love you.
I just need one nice one.
But now, yeah, if we're done with that subject, we'll roll into Alien.
Amian? Amian.
Did somebody say
Ambien.
Ambien?
Ambien. Before we
Alien
do
Romulus.
Alien, I do want to talk about long pigs.
Okay, go
Oh
on.
yeah.
Long pigs. Colby, will you take us away on long pigs? My mouth hurts.
Long pigs fucks. No, I think it was Chuck that texted me and he's like, you need to watch this movie right now.
Fuck, is that where because I credited you with it.
Well,
Was
he
it Chuck?
texted me. Yeah, he texted
Oh, okay,
me.
okay, he texted you. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So I was like, all right, this is gonna be fucked up movie. I love fucked up movies. Which it was.
Dude.
It wasn't like an
Dude.
extreme movie like usual. But I mean
What?
it pushed the boundaries of extremism.
Yeah.
But it's
when he pulls
just
the butthole out and you got to tie it off because you don't want the feces to spill on the meat. Whoa.
yeah, like when like with the practical effects, like when did the real actors get switched out with these prosthetics here?
Yeah, it was very well done visually.
Yeah, and then like yeah, it's a fucked up movie, but it doesn't even come close to how disturbing the movie is.
No, because it's two documentarians following around a serial killer who is also a cannibal. He eats all the people that he kills, but he also walks us through the butchering process and like how he finds them. And he just casually pops them in the back of the head with a silencer. Like, what?
Mhm.
Easy there, 007. Like he just pops out of the bushes. Ian,
Yeah, no, I loved it. It felt like Behind the Mask,
Mhm.
The Rise of Leslie Vernon. It felt like that, but instead of the campy fun vibe of that movie, it's a very serious, realistic um yeah, like kind of version of it. But yeah, I loved it. But it is very disturbing. But yeah, like the blood and gore is very well done, but it's very like a butcher perspective of it, so it doesn't feel quite as like, I don't know, like messed up as some other movies that we watched. But
no.
it was fantastic though.
I was not ready to see him pull someone's he chops. So he has a guy upside down, and it's a lady. He chops her. He picks her up, prostitute. You know what I mean? What's the camera for? Shut up. We'll give you extra money. They give her the money, kill her, and they take the money back. I'm like, that's how you save. That's how you're saving money in this economy. God damn it! But no, anyways,
That's what I do.
He
in
doesn't waste any
GTA.
time either. He wastes zero time. Like hands her the money and then just fucking hits her over the head.
just with with the meat tenderizer, whatever that thing is, or I don't know if it's a hammer or meat tenderizer or something. Boom, lady's out. He strings her upside down, starts chopping her like Terrifier style, but
Mhm.
before Terrifier even came out. And this lady's like opening up down the middle, and he pulls her anus out of her butthole and ties it off. And then he says, "Gotta make sure you tie it off. Don't want the feces to spill all over the good meat." I'm like, oh, fuck off. Fuck
Yeah,
off.
it's
I
very
didn't jack off that
reminiscent.
day.
It was very reminiscent of Ed Gein and like the real life events of what he did. Like the corpse hanging upside down. That was like the first thing I pictured was like the actual crime scene photo from Ed Gein. But yeah, the movie overall, I mean, it's disturbing, but it didn't disturb me other than that scene about the little girl. And there's nothing visual about it,
No.
but it was just heartbreaking. And there's like the interview with the dad who has this hope
Oh.
that he's someday going to
Mhm.
find his little girl, and the fucking boom operator is the motherfucker that we know killed the girl, and it was just just that scene, man, was heartbreaking.
It's wild because they interview him after they're done talking to the dad of the little girl, and they're like, "Hey," and he's like, "I can't talk about it," because like he was clearly affected by it, but like I'll also fuck you, you know what I mean? Like huge fuck you. But
Mhm.
it was interesting to see his humanity in that scene kind of like come to fruition, for lack of a better word, and
Mhm.
just I don't know, just be fully available for us to be like, oh, he is affected by this. This does affect him to some degree. But I mean, like, there was a nonchalance about him to other instances where you're just like, nah, this guy's like super far removed. Like, especially like when he's in the courtroom, he's like, yeah, I did it. I did all that stuff. Yeah, yeah. And he's just like, well, this is how I would do it. And he's having an interview with that podcaster, and the podcaster's like, yeah, you're gross. And he's like, I don't know why you would say that. I'm like, how the fuck? What? How do you? What? You ate people, man. You ate them.
Did
You Pierce
anybody
Brosnan
else
them.
did anybody else get hungry while they were grilling out? Is
Fuck.
that
With
just
the
me?
ribs? He had ribs, bro. And I was like, oh, he's like, yeah, these are ribs. Fuck no. Fuck no. And then he had that friend that was as close to Colby as you'll ever get. Sean, he had the friend that was like Sean Strickland, who just like, he's just like, I'm gonna fucking beat the shit out of that guy, man. Can't believe you said that to me. Then he goes up to him and he's like, nah, next time. Next time I'll beat the shit out of you, man. Next time.
I
Just
love
kidding.
that kid. That just made me so happy.
But yeah, that dude, that he's a loose cannon. But that's, I mean, that's a ride or die though. That is that friend. He knows you're gonna kill someone and he doesn't care. There's no better best friend than that.
So Alien
All right.
Romulus, let's get into it.
Hey, tell us about your journey, Ian, and we'll follow you. And then Colby, yeah, I want to
Well,
hear you guys talk about it.
I'm gonna do the same kind of thing we do with the social media stuff or social or whatever fucking content. So we've all seen it now, and we all have different opinions on it. So I figured we touch on the positives first, on what we liked about it, and then we can kind of get into the stuff that we didn't like about it. So since Colby is the one that didn't like it more than us two, I'm gonna let Colby start and let us know what you liked about it.
I loved
Just to
when
give
Oh, go ahead.
just to give a range, can we do scores first? Do you want to go down the line, just give scores, and then we can do it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Colby,
6.
7.
8.
There we go.
That's not bad.
Mm-mm.
That's not an I hate this film by any means. There's it seems like there's still reverence and like a lot of respect and love for the source material here, and I will again defer to Colby.
My favorite part was when the credits rolled. Just kidding. No, dude, David Johnson, that dude fucking killed it. I love David Johnson. But the sound design, everything in the beginning, it felt like you were in the 70s watching the original Alien, which I really appreciated. There's a lot of fan service in the film, but that's what I think the movie relied on was fan service because I didn't like any of the other wait, we're talking about what I liked. Okay, so I did like some of the fan service. The xenomorphs did look fucking fantastic. Um, sound design, the nods to the other movies. Yeah.
All right. Hey, I'm gonna
Yeah.
agree. The set design was phenomenal.
Set design, yeah.
It the opening of that movie, like when we're going through the ship, like it looked accurate. Even down to the computer screens. Like
Mhm.
I was stoked about that. So yeah, set design was the first thing that kind of jumped out at me that I really enjoyed. I think the first half of this movie is fantastic. I really enjoyed the first half of it. Um, the characters I didn't mind. They're not the best, but I didn't mind them. And the first half at least keeps it pretty simple as far as the story, which I appreciated. The xenomorphs fantastic. There's a lot of practical effects. There was a lot of kind of puppetry and stuff like that that I feel like doesn't get talked about enough. So I really enjoyed the makeup and effects as far as that goes.
The face huggers were dope.
Oh yeah.
Fede did make face huggers like scary again, which
Mhm.
I do appreciate.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And there's a
I
shit
want
ton
to.
of face huggers.
I love that they put that thing in your mouth and you're just like, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm like, I want to do that, dude. I want to do that so bad. Like that lady was taking a lot out of her mouth, and I was like, "Oh man, I didn't know you could." It made me want to get. I don't know how you would get this lady's phone number, but I at least want to try and like ask and be like, hey, I saw your movie, and you know you might be good. It looks like you're getting it.
Oh, another
Anyway,
thing
Ian.
too. They did have like not just sounds from the first Alien movie, but they had sounds from um Alien Isolation and like Easter eggs to Alien Isolation as well.
I never
That I
finished that, but
really
I did notice some
appreciated.
of them. They had the
Mhm.
save. I know they have the save point
Yep.
where you save the little phone. They had
Mhm.
that in the film. Shout out
Yeah,
to
and
Gigi. I didn't know that if it wasn't for
Mhm.
Gigi.
I thought that was really cool.
I know Fetty reached out and got the special effects team that created the xenomorphs for Aliens, and they were kind of split off, and I think kind of two different companies, and they got both of them
Mhm.
and brought them back to make the xenomorphs for this. So I thought that was fucking awesome.
Is that all?
Taylor, what'd you like?
Okay. Oh, I've been waiting in the wings for this one.
Everybody get
Is it
ready.
a is it a you shut your every is it a fan service film? Absolutely. But I think it was made by a fan. I think it was somebody who it was made by somebody who grew up with the source material that loved everything about every different alien film. And that's exactly what we got. We got everything from every different alien film. We got something from Resurrection. We got a big thing from Resurrection. We didn't get the alien dogs from Alien 3. We got some Prometheus references. We got some Alien Covenant references. We got the actual AI. We got AI generated from the fucking Ash, the droid who plays now as Rook in the second in this film, which people are mad at, but they used a lot of the original shit, and they were just trying to make something from like 1979 hold up in 2024, which
People were
is
mad about that.
what, like 45? Yeah, like
I
45.
that's a nod that I really did like was that
I love
android.
that.
Hmm.
And this was clearly made by somebody who wanted everyone to see this film. So he's not going to make it super gory like he did Evil Dead. You know what I mean? And I wasn't upset that there wasn't a lot of gore in it because I know that this is not Evil Dead and I need to learn how to digest things differently just based on the franchises that they are. You want a gory alien movie, you watch Alien Covenant because all the rest of them are pretty tame as far as gore is concerned. Um, I really, really, really loved that it was made by someone who fucking loves Alien. And it looks like it was made by someone that loves Alien. I just think that the Alien franchise is like, you'll never make them happy. You're never going to please these people. And I feel like that's the same thing with any hardcore fan base when you try to make a new installment into something that's like every Exorcist movie sucks. Every new Star Wars movie sucks. Like no one's really happy with stuff. Like I don't know, even if it's not a great film, like for people to tell me that it's like below a 6 or below a 5, if you're going to give this film below a 5, I want to have like an in-depth conversation with you about I want me and you to have a conversation because I like passionately and vehemently disagree with you to a point where like I'm not going to get petty and make fun of you, but I want to have a conversation because there's no way you watch this epic spectacle of a film and the characters are horrible, but it's a film about aliens. Like the characters are just there for us to get killed off. That's it. They're just there to get killed off in like cool ways. Like a alien bursts out of someone's chest. Someone gets their face pounded in by like an alien face mask tongue. It. I mean, there weren't enough kills for sure, but I don't know. I was overall pleased with it. I had fun with it. I think I might have expected a little bit more gore coming from Fede Alvarez, but like it was fucking shot so brilliantly. And I'm not going to complain about CGI. Like people complain about CGI like it's going to give us cancer. It's not mercury in the water you're drinking. It's just a fucking computer generated image that they found it easier to use other than like the animatronics and special effects that are in 90% of the film otherwise. Okay, I'll take a
Yeah,
breath.
I agree. I think it's not my favorite Alien movie.
No.
Um, and it's not as good as I was expecting because I did have pretty high expectations for it. But I think it fits in nicely. I think it does exactly what Fede set out to do. Like it's a solid sequel that not only incorporates the first two movies that it's set between, but he put in elements from just about every Alien movie. So regardless if you like the whole franchise, if you like certain Alien movies and not others, or vice versa, like there's something in there for everybody. And I not it wasn't perfect to me, but I think there's a lot of good stuff in it.
How do you feel about the practical effects?
I love the practical effects. Huge fan of the practical effects.
The way that those things, and at some point they allude to like 20 face huggers being like the embryos of the face huggers, like in the cryogenic freezing place, and they all become unfrozen. And you see like 20 of them, literally, all crawling around. Like, dude, I fucking love that. And then there's like that gore nest, the alien gore nest. I don't know what the fuck that was. It was like when they're in the tram section of the space station,
Mhm.
and you're looking at all the walls, and what the fuck was that? Like, was it like the Doom gore nest? Was it like just a bunch of egg sacs? Like, I couldn't tell you what I was watching because I was like, what the fuck is this? I'd never seen it before. Colby,
I did. Oh, sorry. I did
no, you're
really
good. You're good.
enjoy they kind of added some stuff to it too, where like turning the heat up for their body heat.
Yeah, I didn't
I thought
know
that was a really cool, um, thing that they added that I haven't seen, I don't believe, in an Alien movie before, of raising the room temperature to match your body temperature so the face huggers don't know you're there. Like I thought that was pretty cool.
I like that as well.
Colby.
Yeah, I thought that
Colby.
was something that was really smart that they added in.
So what did you not like about Alien Romulus?
I felt lied to in the trailer. Like we go back to there's no gore, but in the trailer it showed so much fucking gore, like a room literally covered in gore. We didn't get that scene. We didn't get any gore. Shout out to Slasher Talk. Justin and I were talking right after the movie, and we were talking about how like we refuse to believe that this is Fede's final cut. Like there's no fucking way. Like every single kill, it cut away instantly. So like it didn't feel like it was finished. Well, not finished, but it the rest just wasn't in there. Like I just felt it cut away. It like just that abrupt cut. Like what? So
Yeah,
I kind of agree with that when Justin and I were talking. So I don't know. It would be cool if he releases like his director's cut after the theatrical release. So yeah.
yeah, I agree.
What did you
And
want? What did you guys like? What would have made this film 2 points higher for you both?
Honestly, I would give it more if it was gory, because like I said,
Mhm.
I just felt lied to. Like I don't rely on movies for fucking gore.
I mean,
But
that's why we watch films. Like I watch horror films for gore. So
yeah, and
that
practical
if gore
effects.
gore for me, like it's gonna make or break a film. Like if you don't have any gore in it, like I probably won't enjoy it as much. But that's just because I love practical effects. I love the
Mhm.
love that goes into it. That's why I love people like Damien Leone, who does like the stream special effects and then the terrify. Like I love that stuff.
God, I
Splatter
love
movies are
Damien
like my
Leone.
thing. But yeah, no, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I was just echoing your sentiment.
No, you're totally fine. And like honestly, I don't know if it was the characters, if it was the dialogue between the characters. I loved whenever David was on screen, but a
Yeah,
lot of times I did feel kind of bored.
that's fair. Ian?
So yeah, I'll just go into my negatives because that'll answer your question. So the things that I was not a fan of, um, is the Ian Holm coming back. I understand why he's there, and it does play into uh the the Ash model of synthetic. I just thought it looked weird. Like I wasn't a fan of the way that it looked. I thought that they showed his face too much, that it kind of took
Yeah.
me out of it. I think if they would have kept him more in the shadows, it would have been a little more effective, and I wouldn't
That
have
actor
had an
passed
issue.
away, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he passed away a few years ago. So I get why, and they went about doing it the correct way as far as like getting permission and all that.
Hmm.
It just, I don't know. Like as soon as I saw it, I was like, I'm not a fan of this. Um, but again, as far as the story goes, I'm fine with it. Like I know why it's there, and that didn't bother me. It was just the way it was done. The other thing, it was the fan service, especially the line of "Get away from her, you bitch." I was like, come on, dude. Like if they had just done "Get away from her," okay. But the fact that it was like this like long pause and then he says, "You bitch," I was like, ah, I
They
wasn't a
do.
fan
They
of
do it
that.
in Predator. They do it in Predators with Adrian Brody.
Yeah.
Come
Oh,
on, kill
I
me.
know
Come
another
on.
thing that really bugged me that I didn't like.
Hmm.
So obviously David, he is my favorite character, but the way they portrayed him as like a special needs character, I was just like, why are they doing that? Like, I didn't understand
To
that.
sell applesauce.
I
They're
didn't
just doing it to sell juice boxes.
I didn't
Brought
mind
to you
that.
by Mott's.
I didn't mind that. Like it was a little kind of like off-putting at first. Like I wasn't expecting that, but I didn't mind it because he is like a um I don't know what's the word. Like he's not a fully functioning
Mhm.
android.
Okay.
Like
I
he
thought you were going to
has
say a word that we're not supposed to say, and I was
no.
about
I
to
yell at
stop
you
you and
for
go,
saying
Ian, don't
words.
you do it,
No.
Ian.
But yeah, no, he's not fully functioning, if you will, as far as a synthetic goes. So like I understand why they did it, and then it made sense once they put the other chip in him, and
Yeah.
he's completely fine. But yeah, I mean, it was a little like kind of surprising at first, but that didn't bother me. I will say that the final act, I'm 50-50 on. There's a lot of good stuff, but I'm personally not a fan of Prometheus and Covenant as prequels. So I did not enjoy the black goo being included. And so that kind of took me out of it. I wish that had been different, but that's just a personal thing for me. Um, so yeah, that stuff being changed would have upped the score for sure. But overall, I still enjoyed it. I still had fun with it. I think it's still a fun movie for sure.
So going back,
I
oh, go ahead.
no, you go, because I don't even know what I was going to say. I was just trying to fill.
I was just gonna say, so going back to what I said about David, what I disliked about that, but the thing that I did like about that aspect, it did kind of humanize him, and it made you really care about that character.
Yeah, for sure. And it was kind of a shock finding out that he was synthetic.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So it
I
did
did
work.
feel that he was a slow. I thought he was just like a slow adult. I think is what
Mhm.
you say. Somebody like a special needs person.
Yeah.
I didn't know that he was an android until like she checked his chips, and then like I was like, oh, that's why he's like, you know what I mean? That's why he's
Mhm.
doing that like birds the word song and like over and over again when he tries to speak, and I'm like, okay, like it's not. And then he gets that. I really loved his character. I loved his character development. I love the fact that like he showed up and played like a broken android. He played an android that was like that. He took on two different personas. Like he played two different parts.
Hmm.
And I just like the versatility of this man is insane. And I cannot wait to see him in other things. And again, best character out of the whole thing. And departing from that to the last and final act, Fede Alvarez can direct a fucking Dead Space film. Like just sign him
Oh,
off on that,
Yeah.
because that like whatever that fucking thing was at the end, that is a necromorph from the Dead Space games, and I want that. I will crowdfund it. I don't give a fuck. Just give me that, dude.
dude, I've wanted a Dead Space game for fucking year
Movie.
or movie for
Yeah, yeah.
years. And yeah, Fede would fucking if he had full reign on that, that'd be fucking amazing.
Because if you're appealing to the Dead Space audience, dismember them, like gut them, decapitate, like it's all gore, dude.
Oh
It's
yeah.
all gore. And
Mhm.
I'm here for it. And I really love the way that that thing looked. I love the introduction to the thing that we get. I hope I'm not spoiling this for like anybody. If anything, I hope this just makes you want to get off your ass and go to the fucking movies. Like hopefully we tickle you a little bit more than you would normally get from a trailer, and that inspires you to get off that fucking ass and go see this movie so we can get more Alien. Because more Alien's not bad.
Not at
I
all.
would not be like, no matter, even the worst Alien film's still a fucking Alien film, and we're hyped about it. And that kind of brings me to something. If you guys are done with this, like departing from Alien, I would like to talk about Predator for like a slight second. Do you guys, because it's all within the same shared universe, do you guys want more AVP? Do you guys want more Predator films? Like, how did you like Prey, The Predator, Predators, Predator 2, Predator 1?
I won't complain about more of any of them. I'm not the biggest fan of the Alien vs Predator movies, but
No.
with the rumblings and possible rumors of a collaboration between Fede and I forget his name now, that it did Prey,
Hmm.
of them coming
Oh,
together to make a co-directed sequel of
I
both.
think that would be so fucking gnarly.
That would
that would be
insane.
I'd be all
Use-
about that.
Use the action and the gore from Requiem, but use better lighting.
Oh,
Yeah.
the fuck, dude! The Aliens versus Predator Requiem's the goriest film out of all of them.
It goes so fucking hard.
It
you
is
can't see
gory,
anything.
dude. Yeah, you can't see shit because of the hospital lighting. It's all red and shit, and you're like, what?
I still do like that movie. I like it better than the first Alien versus Predator.
Yeah, so do I. I liked it a lot. Like with the Predator Alien.
Yeah, the Pred
what is it
Alien.
called? The Predalien? Yeah, there you go.
Pred
Pred
Alien,
Alien.
Yeah.
I will say one thing really quick. As a kid, when I first saw the preview for, because I loved Alien and Predator growing up, they were like my favorite fucking icons. So seeing the first trailer as a kid for Alien versus Predator and seeing it was PG-13, that was the first time, like as a kid, I remember like, what? Like, why is it PG-13?
Yeah.
And I remember going to see it in the theater still, and that was the first movie in the theater as a kid that I was disappointed in.
That's the only one in the franchise I think that's PG-13.
It's so fucking
Yeah.
stupid.
There is an unrated cut, I believe. I don't think I've ever seen
There,
it.
there is, but you can barely tell a difference. It's
No.
fucking
One of those.
yeah.
That's a bummer.
Side boob or something in it. I honestly, I am very compelled to rewatch Prey because I only watched Prey one time.
I've
And
seen it a few
would-
times.
I think that would be worth a rewatch
For
and to
sure.
talk about because I wouldn't be able to talk to you about it now because I don't remember anything that happens. I know that like it's about indigenous people in the wild and they encounter a predator and they hunt this like futuristic being with like cybernetic fucking tools. I mean, I think it's a more primitive predator than
Mhm.
like the ones that like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Adrian Brody fight, but it's still like got like the lasers and shit on him. And they're fighting him with like axes and arrows and shit. And then there's like colonialists that fucking come into play at
Mhm.
some point. So
That movie
like
fucks, dude.
that's
Yeah.
all that I remember.
Yeah, I only watched it once when it first came out as well, but I loved it. And I think that's one that does fan service right because there's just little things that if you're familiar with the Predator movies, you'll catch on to.
Predator
Yeah.
But it-
2.
Yeah, but it doesn't like throw it in your face. So yeah, I really enjoyed Prey though, for sure.
What's
There's
your
no get away
favorite
from me,
Predator
bitch.
movie?
Oh fuck me.
Probably the first one.
I really, really like the one with Adrian Brody.
Taylor
But
made fun of
also-
me for this, but Predator 2
Fun-
is my favorite.
You're fucking insane. The Predator 2 is good. It's not a bad film, dude, but Gary Busey's fucking just what the fuck.
Yeah, but
Gary Busey.
Danny
Glover
Glover.
fucks, dude. Danny
And
Glover
Bill
fucks, and like
Paxton.
that's
Yeah,
Danny
and Bill
Glover, one of his
Paxton.
best. Bill Paxton fucks too. And Dan, you know what, dude? Hear me out. Predator 2 is a solid 8 out of 10 film. Okay, I like it. I don't give a fuck. Like fucking fighting him in a butcher shop, fighting him on a roof. Like this film goes so fucking hard. Like when he destroys the Latin Kings and there's just gore all over that warehouse. Like get out of here, dude. Like and he goes into like the Jamaican like the different gangs like the Latin Kings and like the Jamaican gang and like he just destroys the Jamaican gang and then like hangs one of those ladies up and like a rib cage is out. Like those movies for the time that they came out in like the early 90s and the early 80s go fucking hard, dude. The original Predator, how it's all in the jungle, even the one with Adrian Brody. And fun fact about that, you know the character that they find in the wilderness, Lawrence Fishburne. See, now I'm starting to sound like you guys. Now that
There
we're
you
actually
go.
talking about something that I know, like now
So
I
proud
can
of
kind of
you.
get into it. When they find Lawrence Fishburne hiding out in that dilapidated spaceship, he plays the same character in Pandorum. Because in Pandorum with Ben Foster, again, doesn't mean dropping the name. In Pandorum with Ben Foster, they find Lawrence Fishburne like aboard this like cannibal ship, and he is also hanging out, doing the same shit, playing as a cannibal that eats people. And in the Predators movie, he plays as a cannibal that eats people. And I always noticed that. I've always wanted to have a platform to talk about it that would actually make sense. And I finally found one. And I'll go back to sounding stupid now.
No, I'm a fan of all the Predator movies. Like I said, not so much the Alien versus Predators, but the actual Predator movies, except for maybe the not Prey, but the one before that. I wasn't a big fan of that one.
The Predator with the giant one.
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't like
Yeah.
that one either. I
that
didn't
was
like
a little
that one.
weird. But
Because it had like
otherwise,
dogs and shit in it. And I'm like, where these fucking dogs come from?
Well, it
Dude?
had, like-
Oh,
it
I
had
guess
this-
the dogs were in Predators. So yeah.
yeah, it had like such a stacked cast, and I was stoked for it. And then it just,
Dude, and Shane Black directed it. I was like, dude,
Yeah.
this is gonna be good, dude. I like the cat. God damn it, again with my fucking knowledge. But yeah, I was just really, really bummed out with the Predator because I wanted it to be good, and I think it had all the makings to be good, and I don't know what happened, but it's a six, maybe a five
Yeah.
for me.
but I mean, even still though, that's what 5 in the actual franchise, and there's one that's not great.
That is true. That is, I mean, if you want to lump Aliens versus Predator in there, like I didn't like the first Alien. I don't know. I give both Aliens versus Predator films. I give one, maybe one. Fuck. One might get a 6 and one might get a 4. Like I think AVP Requiem gets a 5 and then AVP gets a 5. They both get a 5. AVP Requiem was good. It just didn't have good lighting, so I couldn't, like Colby said. Just, you know.
Yeah.
I agree. Where do you guys what about like a ranking? Can we get a ranking
For which one?
of the both we'll do Predator and then we'll do Alien just because I feel like they're in the shared universe.
Predator would be 1, 1 Prey, 2 Predators, and then that other one, and then probably I don't know. I don't know where Alien versus Predator fits in there because I'm not a huge fan of either of those.
Colby.
I go Predator 2,
God
Predator,
damn.
Prey, Predators, and then the Predator.
I'm gonna go. I haven't seen Prey in a long time. I saw it day one when it came out, and that was it. So I think that was what 4 years ago, 3 years ago, and then I haven't seen it since. But I'm gonna give Predator 1, Prey, Predator. Fuck, dude. I love Predators. They're on the fucking Predator planet. I don't know. They're not on the Predator planet. They're just on like their game planet that they get hunted
Mhm.
on. I don't know if Predators actually have a planet. Well, they might. Who knows? There's an origin for everything. They weren't born in space. I'm having a hard time here. I'm having a hard fucking time. Maybe I just like the way I sound when I talk. I don't know. I'm gonna go Predator 2. Predator 2 wins over with pure nostalgic value for fucking Danny Glover, and it was one of the first films that I watched that I was like, oh, I shouldn't be watching this, and that's why I liked it so much because I felt like a badass when I was watching it as a kid. And I watched it on TV first, so I didn't realize how much more fucked up shit it had in it. And then I watched it on HBO, and I was like, oh fuck. So, Predator 1, Prey, Predator 2, Predators, and then the Predator, and then AVP Requiem, and then AVP Original, just because that PG-13 shit wasn't it. And then what about the
AVP.
Alien franchise for you guys?
So Alien, it would be Aliens. I'm gonna say Alien 3, but it's
Holy
it's
shit.
between that and Romulus.
Oh,
I
that's
think
crazy.
I think once I see Romulus again, if I like it more than I did the first time, then I'll put that at number 3. But for right now, we'll say Alien 3, then Romulus,
Oh.
then
Oh.
we'll say Resurrection, and then Prometheus and Covenant.
I respect it. Colby.
Aliens, Alien, Prometheus, Alien 3, Alien Resurrection, Alien Covenant, and then Alien Romulus.
I respect it. I like it.
Dude, I
I'm gonna
love
go Alien.
Resurrection.
Aliens, Romulus, Covenant, Resurrection, 3, Prometheus.
Did you guys watch that Alien Monday, that animated short?
Fuck. It's
on
so
YouTube?
good, dude. It's so good.
I haven't gotten to
really
that one
is.
yet.
Oh, you got to check. It's like 19 minutes. It's not very long at all, but it's like hand drawn. Like the dude hand drew it over 6 years. It's like OG kind of like anime, like Cowboy Bebop style. But it's fucking like There's not much of a story, but it's so fucking well done. Definitely gotta check it out.
It
I'll give it a
literally
go.
was made by somebody who loves Alien, dude. 6 years, hand drawn, 19 minutes, YouTube. It's called Alien Monday, and it's free. There's no reason not to watch it if you like Alien. I mean, it
That's
doesn't
right.
mean you don't like Alien if you don't watch it, but I highly recommend it to all those listening and Mr. Culps over here.
Gotta check it
I'll
out.
check it out at work tonight.
That's right.
Anything else you guys got for today?
No, I think that's about it.
Because that's it for me and my notes, unless you guys want to go on to burials. But I think that we can make burials something else. I'm gonna say goodbye from me. Thank you guys for listening, and I love you, Colby.
I love you guys. Thanks for you two joining me as always every week. It's one of my favorite days of the week to talk to you guys and see your beautiful faces, even though we FaceTime like every couple days. So
We got to do that more.
mhm.
I enjoy it very much.
But yeah, I love you guys as well. And to all of our listeners and viewers, thank you all for everything you do for us every single fucking week. We appreciate it. Again, hit up the merch, GhoulSquadShop.com, hit up the Discord, Instagram, Facebook, all that. But thank you. We'll see you next week. Stay safe out there.
Bye.
Bye.
Don't let the ghosts and the ghouls disturb you.
There you go. That's it.